begrüßen. Hilde. Hilde, wenn du das hörst. Das war nicht mal jemand anders.
Hello and welcome to another video. With the very nice weather recently, I've been commuting by bicycle a lot. So here's a video of a whole week of doing the full commute to my work, which are roughly 45 kilometers a day. On Monday I used my 1987 Giant Expedition, and I've not yet introduced this bike to you in any video. But I will also not do this in today's video because there's still some changes I want to make to this bike. Oh, and I forgot to use the image stabilization of my GoPro, so sorry for that. So for stabilized footage, let's quickly change to Tuesday, where I used my Panasonic MC350 from 1990, which also has a much wider tire size, so I was able to go on a different route. Recently somebody pointed out in the comments that I'm always going by the Freisinger Landstraße, which is quite busy with cars and also a bit boring, and it was suggested that I go by the Isar for the whole way, so nice river path for roughly 15 kilometers throughout Munich until Ismaning, and then the rest to Technical University in Garching. And that's what I wanted to do on this day for the first time, actually, because somehow I had never done this route before. There are multiple ways to go to Garching from Munich city center. There are also routes even more west than the one I'm doing alongside the Isar, where one would go by the subway train tracks. But yeah, I think the Isar one is the best, and I found it out on this exact day here. So here I'm going right beside the Isar on a path I had not ridden before, and yeah, I was so surprised about how beautiful it was. Do you also have a nice commute like this, or do you have variations for your commute, like where there's maybe a faster route that's not that pretty, and also a bit longer route which is in exchange very enjoyable to ride? Would be interesting to know, so please let me know in the comments. I'm very grateful for having a beautiful commute like this. And you might know this area here from my Brompton videos, because right here on the right is where I'm always coming from with my Brompton, from the Ismaning local train station. The Maxxis DTH tires on the Panasonic certainly help with the route conditions like this, especially on all the gravel and with the road bumps. But I have to say, it's noticeable that they are not truly made for gravel. They are rather some trick or jump tires, I think, for BMX bicycles originally. So especially in corners on gravel I can notice that they don't have much grip in the corners, and I have to be really careful. Would be nice to have some more hand variation on the bike. I'm thinking about putting my Rune Hilt bar on this bike. During my lunch break I came across some pheasant as I rode my bike to the supermarket, which is roughly 2 kilometers away from campus, and there I got some sushi to have some variation and not always the dining hall food. And I also saw the campus cat, which reminded me of the Waseneko from Waseda University. Let's go on with Wednesday. As you can see with the handlebar, this might be a different bike. Missing cycling lane here, so I just followed the scooter on the sidewalk. Also no cycling lane here, so I went on the sidewalk again for a moment, of course very carefully. It's a typical problem in Munich, but I think it is improving right now with all new roads that are constructed. But on the old ones there are often no lanes for cyclists. just filming for my film, how a film is being filmed. And I'm always starting on the west side of the Isar, although I'm living on the east side of it, because I feel like this is the better way to get out of the city center. But I might be mistaken, I might also be able to go east side. I will have to try this out. This bike is a 21-inch version, or 54 centimeters in European measurement, and I think it's too small for me. Many people would say it's too small for me. You can see in later footage how far the seat post is being extended, but I would say that this is something relative. I mean, first of all, vintage mountain bikes and vintage bikes in general are a kind of situation where you have to deal with what you can get. Maybe you can wait for a long time for the right size for you to appear nearby, but in my case I just picked what was available for me, and that was this size. And I wouldn't say it's too small for me. I would rather want to argue it's not the perfect size for me, but still it's a good fit. It's not a very good or a perfect fit for me, but it's still a good fit with the adjustments I made. For example, with the long stem and with the seat post being extended quite a bit. So I would say I can easily go for a ride with this bike. These 20 kilometers here, for example, no problem. But yeah, of course it's no perfect fit, but still a good one. What do you think about something like this? Would you say, no, that's complete rubbish, it's too small, why did you buy it? Or would you say, yeah, somehow makes a little sense? I often have to think that Munich and especially its surroundings are so beautiful. And I'm once again, I mentioned it before in this video, I'm grateful for living here and having a nice commute like this. At the same time, it's also crazy how expensive everything is. It's not only the rent, it's also going out for food or in general groceries. I feel like everything is a bit more expensive here than in other parts of Germany. I'm not sure if that's correct or just my feeling and inflation during the last 2 years, but I feel like, yeah. So for example, my rent for me alone, and I'm living together with my girlfriend, my rent is for me roughly 1,000 euros, and it's half of our rent and all the utility costs. During my studies, only a few years back, 1,000 euros was more than I had during a month. Way more than I had during a month. And that's the rent alone. It's crazy. So I'm always feeling free while riding my bicycles. But things like this always remind me, I'm not so free, not as free as I would like to be. Anyways, my channel is mostly about cycling, so let's stick to that. All things apart, cycling is just so enjoyable for me. Here's the bike again, the 1987 Koga Miata Ridge Runner. The U-brake is so powerful. And these Araya rims are so nice. I wish they were still available today. The only ones that look similar are Velocity rims, and they are so expensive and hard to get in Europe. Also, the fact that the campus run was on that day didn't prevent me from going by bicycle. Oh, and there was free alcohol-free beer. With sore legs, I decided to take my classical Brompton ride in the morning on Thursday. So only 7 kilometers instead of 22 to 25. But in the evening I had some energy again and decided to do the full route back by bicycle. And as you can see here, I'm going away from the River Isar with the Brompton, so going through Garching and then alongside the highway. Brompton is no gravel bike or mountain bike or ATB, so I obviously wanted to avoid all the gravel and unstable roads. From all my bikes, the Brompton ride's the worst. I just have to say, it's a wobbly bike. It's most of all a foldable bike, and the emphasis lies on foldable. Comes as close as it can, in my opinion, to a real bike, given that it's foldable. But more on that in my review. coming closer to home. And I will spare you with Friday, because there I did the same. Also went to university on the Brompton and with the local train in the morning, and in the evening I came back the whole way on the Brompton. And the last challenge always is just where I started in the morning, the Nockerberg, where I have to really go upwards. But I decided to reward myself with a kebab. Oh, and that's also where spotting nice bikes started. So let's close this video and directly go to the nice bikes. This one looked really interesting and apparently also was a tad too small for the rider. Then I spotted a premium Koga Miata, probably a valley runner, I would say. Very large size, but I was really confused about the paint. Where had all the stickers gone? I like the paint job of this wheeler that has been lying around like this on campus for months. Another nice bike, mysterious brand, but with Tange MTB tubing and apparently also some nice parts, but looks completely given up also. This bike, which wasn't even locked, had really nice Suntour power thumb shifters on the stem. I've never seen these before, but they also have the micro ratchet, so really cool. This giant bike has a really cool front rack. I would like to have one of these myself. And finally, the thing, the machine, the bicycle itself, the Mercedes-Benz. Alright, enough of the fuss, that's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and also I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!